Castle Santiago, home to a dreadful dynasty of vicious video gaming vampires. Legend has it that these evil beings can be destroyed by a stake through the heart, or exposure to sunlight. This does not suffice, however, or they may be brought back to life by means of a sacred rite that can be performed once a century at the moon is in the third house of Pisces. There's Santiago, the world's one and only video gaming vampire has awakened and is ready to take over planet Earth. With the help of Vampire Command, the entire galaxy.
Those who fight never cease!
Hey, my face. Show that again. There we go. Huh? Huh? Throw it out here. I got confused. I forgot I fired the guy to change the scenes. Guy got a little butterfingers. Hello. Let's get down to business, shall we? Thank you. Thank you very much. I know, I take a lot of pride in making those intro videos. Kind of like most 80s cartoons, the intro video is way cooler than the actual, cartoon. I always like that though, about like remember like when you were kids and you'd watch the cartoon like intro, and the animation was always stepped up to really get your attention. I wish I could make the rest of the stream as cinematic as my intro. A lot of it just relies on real life experiences. But anyways, I remember I was like driving down like the highway coming out of work, and a friend of mine, this was it was a little while ago now, but I remember it was like I was in between smartphones. My old one had broke and I was getting a new one, and my friend, Jesus, Gino! Whoa! Gino, it's so big it hasn't even come up on the damn screen yet. Gino! Why? Why, dude? Thank you, Gino. And first of all, let's first of all, Gino. There we go. Thank you for the donation. Paying tribute to Castle Santiago. Keep up the good work, up the good production. I will. All right? I'm gonna lick this once for you, Gino, all right? You can see it. Covered in my spit. It's only $50. It's a video game right there. This guy, Gen X. Gen X is like just kind of sitting there thumbing his $100 bills, his incredibly crisp $100 bills that he had the National Bank of Transylvania mint. Just print out some money. He's like, it's $50. I won't get you a PS5, that's true. But I already got one, so I don't. Jesus, first the Octos. Yes. First one. The thing is, like, I actually have. I have some kind of big alert for big donations. I made it for you, Gino. I made it for you. I don't think it's activated yet, though. Is this it? No. Nope, that ain't it. Nope, not it. Gino, thank you. I appreciate that. I know Gino is like he's the real Gino. He just comes flying in on the star, baby. You know what I'm saying? Right from Star Road. I appreciate it, man. Not necessary. I don't expect anyone to donate to me. And I feel honestly bad when people do, because it's like, oh man, you're to play video games and watch. This is fun for me. This isn't like, it'd be one thing if I was slaving away in front of a spreadsheet, live streaming on IRL, just chatting. Slayer does spreadsheets via Microsoft Excel. I wouldn't feel so bad if you donated me then. I feel bad when people donate to me, because I'm like, man, you're just so good-natured, and I'm just such a terrible person sometimes. I appreciate it, Gino. Thank you. Here does spreadsheets. You want to see that stream? Oh yeah, speaking of streams, I was watching the Sephiroth video and stuff, and I was remembering Advent Children. I was like thinking, you know, it'd be really cool if I could watch Advent Children with the Vampire Command community, but not get taken down for copyrights or like get DCMA strikes or have like Square Enix's ninjas up my ass. Like, is there any way? Well, first of all, Slayer salute. Gino, can we please just like, can we actually get the orchestra to cue something up, please? Give me like a vampire victory. Gino. Impressive. Coming right in the castle. Just walks right in. Like, hey Slayer, I got this for you. Slaps down some cash. Then just like, bye. Thank you. Gino, please. Can we get a more Slayer salutes, please? Or just any kind of emote. It could be like, you know, the confused look face. Some face with sunglasses. You know what I'm saying? Or just the clapping hands, maybe. Thank you, Gino. I hope for your sake and for everyone else and for my own sake, I really hope Gino doesn't get, like... Sora is like one thing, like, I'm not, you know, I like Kingdom Hearts and having Sora in Smash Brothers would be really cool. But for me, as a fan of Mario RPG, you guys, I saw what you were talking about, like, oh, you know, he's going to be a Mii fighter and stuff. The fact of the matter is that I would say Gino is going to be a Mii fighter if, I would say that's significantly more possible if Nintendo had already released Super Mario RPG on the Nintendo Switch Online. I feel like they've been holding off for a reason. Don't buy into the fake news when they're saying, oh yeah, but they can't because, you know, Square doesn't want to negotiate that game away from them. They've already put that game on the Wii, you know, or excuse me, on the Wii, the Wii U. It's also been on, what else is it? Oh, the Super Nintendo Mini. It's out there. It's out there. I don't think, and I think if Nintendo had already put that on Nintendo Switch Online as a playable game, if you have your, you know, Nintendo Online subscription, I feel like then, and only then, would Gino be coming in via me. Until that point, though, until we get confirmation of that game coming, I feel like they're just going to try to tie it in somehow. It's just, like, weird that we're getting Sephiroth coming out on the same year that they released Final Fantasy VII Remake. Is that how they planned it? Is that how, like, they timed it out? Was Sephiroth originally going to come out, like, in 2016 for Smash Brothers? Back when, you know, CyberConnect 2 was doing the game, and, you know, then Square axed it and decided to bring it all in-house and do it on the Unreal Engine. I don't know. Well, I don't know, though. They've brought all those other bigger games like Control and stuff using the server, the remote, you know, the remote play. Also, like, Final Fantasy VII Remake, like, is not... Like, for some reason, it's a huge size on PlayStation 4, but it's not like, you know... It looks good, but they got that thing running, like, really decently on, like, a console from 2013. I don't think this Switch is, like, you know, people saying, oh, there's no way the Switch can handle that. I don't know. I've seen, like, a lot more detailed games run like crap. Like, do you really think that if we put Final Fantasy VII Remake on the Switch that it would run worse than Hyrule Warriors? Age of Calamity? I don't think so. I think that game would, compared to that game, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake would probably run a little bit better. You on the official Nintendo one? No, Darius, I am on the official Nintendo one. I'm on the Nintendo UK. I don't know where the Nintendo of America one is. I looked all over the internet for it. I also, like, looked on, you know, Dextero and all these other, you know, gaming websites, and I didn't find anything, so. The game would play like Cyberpunk. I think, honestly, it would play, if Final Fantasy VII Remake did go on the Switch, like Part 1 anyways, I think it would probably play more or less like The Witcher, you know? You get a real, you know, downscaled resolution. But I don't think people are going to have to, like, really, you know, be too concerned about the resolution on the Switches for very long, because that Switch Pro it's coming down the pipe fast. Because Nintendo is, like, desperately trying to get ahead of, like, PS5 and the Xbox Series X. The one thing Nintendo has on their side right now, going into this next generation, is they get the games. They get the games from the first part of the Switch's library. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Jesus, what the hell is this? Is it age restricted? Why? What is going on here? Is this really still 19 minutes away? I guess it is. I don't know. On top of the Switch, though, they killed their entire portable line for it. Well, I mean, it is kind of their portable line. I think if they do, like, it's like weird. Like, I don't, but like before the pandemic and stuff like that, like I wasn't, you know, even though the Switch is like super portable and it's great in that matter, I never liked to bring my Nintendo Switch out. I just never did. I was always a hypochondriac about it. I'd always be worried that, like, you know, a baby grand piano was just like constantly being aimed at my back while I was out walking around with a Nintendo Switch, and God forbid I broke the Switch at like a convention or something like that, I'd lose my damn mind. And not only that, but I get like, you know, 100 games for the damn thing. What am I going to do? Bring like all 100 games with me and be like that kid in the 90s who brought like every Game Boy game with him everywhere, and you had to like wear like a 10-ton backpack with you, and you developed like, you know, fucking scoliosis by the time you were 12 because of your hardcore Game Boy collection? Hey, Richard. Oh, I know. I'm like, I wanted to play more Final Fantasy. I guess I could play more. Play some more. What else we got in the playlist? Let's turn it down so people. I know. That's like why I was almost partially like at one point gonna go get a Switch Lite, but then I played someone else's Switch Lite for a little bit, and my hands are just so huge. My hands are just so big, and my shoulders are so broad. When I ever play anything in handheld mode, it just feels awkward to me. I don't know if anyone else feels like that. It just feels weird. Link cables. Oh man. So many Pokemon lost in those damn things. Just, like, people would get pissed off because, like, you'd say you'd trade them like a legendary, and then you know, just trading them at like a level 2 Caterpie. You just get so mad that you just yank out the trade cable and just you lose all your Pokemon. It's like gross. TB. Who's my favorite Sephiroth voice actor? All of them. The guy, I forget his actual name. Is Gorge? I don't even know the new guy. I like them both though. No qualms. Even the redub that fans did for Last Order, I like that guy too. Experience of convergence points of technology in the 90s and early 2000s. Yeah, how about those scannable cards? The e-reader. That's a time in history I'd like to forget. All right. I've been trying to like look around for that stuff and try to collect that. It's insane. It's like there's like a whole black market for e-reader cards and shit at conventions. It's like a little black market circuit. I can't believe it. All these, like, you know, I see Alpharad and stuff like that, and like Ant Dude, and they get these collections, and it's like, you know, skeletons fight, you know, stop skeletons from fighting. He's got a massive e-reader collection. It's like, how are you just spending thousands of dollars on e-reader cards, bro? Dial-up, yeah, DCMA can basically make you go to jail for copyrighted music. That's true. Thankfully, this is my own mix of all the battle themes from 7 Remake. So, and that's why Square Enix has been kind of like, you know, kind of turning a blind eye to the old video gaming vampire. I think it's because I've mixed all my songs customly. I know a lot of the people who've had their stuff taken down just because it's, you know, just the song playing or just a soundtrack song just playing on screen. I'm ready. I admittedly didn't sleep too well last night because I was thinking about this whole trailer today, but I did get some shut-eye. I had to shovel out my entire like property today, which was not fun. But oh well. Oh yeah, and in terms of the music, I would be so shocked if it's just One Winged Angel from like the Advent Children mix. I just find that so odd. Maybe the only thing preventing or from saying, hey, yeah, like here's a couple of songs from 7 Remake, is because of the fact that the game is not on the Switch. But, you know, they had the Banjo-Kazooie, you know, songs and the remixes and stuff like that. So I think there's a higher possibility of there being remixed versions of all their songs, like Smash remix versions, which I love. The ones that they did for Donkey Kong, like the Crocodile Cacophony and stuff, amazing remixes. Some of the Castlevania ones really well done too. If they do that kind of treatment, which I think they're going to with Final Fantasy VII, the songs that they have in there, I think we're going to get like new standard battle themes. I think we'll get a couple of different versions of those. Who knows? Maybe there'll be like some kind of like mix of the bombing mission or maybe the Scorpion Sentinel fight. He's gone to jail for his own version of Final Fantasy VII music. His brother Sephiroth will have to break him out. Wouldn't be too hard. Let's just put it that way. Brother Vincent, dude. Vincent, he must be preoccupied. Preoccupied with part 2. Oh yeah. Those actually got me in trouble the last time I played those on here. I had to, like, you know, those got stricken down. I played like one of the A-Team ones, and the A-Team one got stricken down probably because of the A-Team theme. But right? Also, when you think about it, Grant Kirkhope, who did the music for Banjo-Kazooie, he was like part of that music, you know, consultation process with Smash Brothers. He got to, like, you know, listen and give his input. But yeah, of course. It would be like one thing if like Iamatsu was like no longer with us, but he's still here. You know what I'm saying? Plus like Sakurai and like Iamatsu and I don't know. Yeah, I know that they worked together before. I think also Iamatsu did some other HAL games besides Brawl's theme. Watch Morgan from Dark Stalkers. Really? I don't think so. That would be Vincent would be voiced by Tom Kenny doing his SpongeBob voice. What am I drinking today? I'm drinking blood orange lemonade polar seltzer. So it's like LaCroix, but it's like bathroom air freshener. Yeah, right. So I don't like. I feel like it would be more of an insult if they were like, "We didn't consult anyone from Square Enix, and we just made our own." It's like, well, maybe you should have talked to Hamauzu at least, or you know, Masuda Suzuki or some of those other guys. I mean, the music team over at Square is like bigger than most development, like, you know, game development side, like the actual designer side. They got a bigger, you know, music group than they do most developers have in terms of their overall staff working on a game. So I would honestly be shocked. Plus, you know, Sakurai, he's all about the collaboration and stuff like that. He really is. Also, like, I think Masuda Suzuki, in one of his interviews, he said that he had, you know, met with Sakurai before in the last year. But that's also kind of a tip-off. In one of his Japanese interviews, Masuda Suzuki, one of the composers for 7 Remake, he said that he, you know, had visited, you know, Nintendo. So he didn't go in any more about it, but he just said that he had visited the, you know, Nintendo offices like a year ago. So that kind of lines up with, like, you know, I don't know, spokesperson involved in the music process for Brawl. Yeah, that was. Now, it doesn't really matter about your physical age. It all matters about it, you know, the age. If you're young at heart, that's all that really matters. Is my name really Santiago? Yeah, it is. My name really is Santiago. You got a problem with that? Huh? I didn't think so. Now sit down and shut up. Santi the person. I don't think you want to face off against me. About as old as Sephiroth. Fight to the death. Thank you, Santi. Thank you for stopping by. Welcome. You do an announcer voice. An announcer voice? You know, I don't think I have like the voice like effects set up on this thing. I'm in talks actually. I'm trying to work with voice mod right now. How their program is set up is that if you press any song like on your soundboard, it'll play out of your microphone like input. And I didn't like that when it happened on stream because it duplicated the sound, the music, or any kind of sound effects I would play. And I didn't like that. So I'm working with them to try to figure out how to like have like a virtual audio cable, if you will, that could individually separate voice changing effects from like soundboard effects, if that makes any sense. I used to have it set up where everything was just through the microphone, and it kind of like when I played sounds, it kind of sounded like it was like doubling audio, and it just sounded dumb. Hopefully there's a Tifa. Oh man, I'm honestly just, hey, I'm just saying right now, we know that Cloud's getting a new Omni Slash, right? He's getting the Advent Children Omni Slash. What if like Zach Fair is like an Echo Fighter for Cloud, which I mean, for God's sake, that would have been easier. That's easier than like, doing Dark Samus, you know what I'm saying? And Dark Pit. All you're doing is you're just taking Cloud and just making him a little bit taller and adding black hair and just turning his Buster Sword around and you're done. Mifa! Yo quiero Mifa mi Tifa. Yeah, see? You're just like, I'm just a straight up Echo Fighter for Cloud. Also, is Sephiroth gonna get like bare-chested, Super Saiyan Sephiroth and then regular Sephiroth? Is it gonna be two amiibos, like player 1, player 2, like we got for Corrin and Cloud and Bayonetta? I don't know. That's the big one. You can already I think I already made Barrett as like a Mii fighter. Give him it'd be cool if he actually had the arm cannon. That would just be cool. It really just is I was thinking about it, it's like, oh yeah, put all these Final Fantasy characters in it. And I'm like, or just literally make a warrior style game with Final Fantasy. You already got all the characters and all the villains and stuff in there. How great would that be? Think of Hyrule Warriors, except it didn't run like shit on the PlayStation 4, on the PC. But instead of it being Link and, Zelda and Ganondorf and stuff, it's Cloud and Tidus, all the main characters. Put them all in. Throw them all in. Zidane, throw them all in there. Pretty much everyone who is into Cydia, throw them into a warrior-style game. I'd play the hell out of that. I would play that moreover, especially if it was co-op and you got an online thing going with that thing. Oh, that would be good. I don't think that they are. No, I don't think so. Intelligent Systems is, which is the Fire Emblem company, but the Warriors company, I don't think that they are. Because they still make Dynasty Warrior games for, PC and PlayStation 4 and for Xbox, so I don't think that they are. Koei Tecmo. I don't believe Koei Tecmo is owned. Sephiroth, is that like the what they call, you see him in the game where it's like a flashback for Cloud. They're fighting against that dragon monster and Sephiroth just destroys him 99999 damage. As safer the original. What was it supposed to be? Dr. Roxas, welcome. We'll switch over to the main screen. I know. I wish they just remade, even though the story didn't make any sense. I wish they just literally just remade the one-for-one PSP version. I liked the story for that. I didn't ask, like, I don't know. I didn't ask any questions back when that game came out. And I remember, like, playing it on a friend's PSP and being like, wow, this game is pretty good. And then when they came out with the redo, there was an arcade version and then eventually came to PC and PS4. I was like, this is great. It's going to be great. I'm going to replay that campaign mode again. And it was like, oh, no, it's online only. Like, man, what the hell? If they could, like, actually go and make a Final Fantasy game, like an online competitive game, and like have Sakurai do it or something like that, maybe he will. Maybe Square will get Sora Limited to do the next Dissidia game, and it'll be like right there next to Smash Brothers. That would be crazy. If anyone could take Dissidia and bring it back to life, it's Sakurai. Wouldn't you agree? We got a Rockstar game rep. I love Crisis. Oh, that would be awesome. Sorry, not fixed. I would just like them just to take Crisis Core and just kind of use the remake engine and just remake it. Just exactly. Like do almost kind of just call it a remaster, if you will. But like, you know, use the same audio and the same sound files, do the upscaling on all the CGIs because you're not having to, you know, compress everything down on the PSP and just re-release it as a PS4 exclusive. Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Remake. Or you just call it Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Remastered. It would be really easy for them. I mean, I say that. It would be really easy. They'd still have to, like, you know, redo some of the aspects of the game. I don't know if the whole slot machine, like, you know, means of battle would actually, like, still be attractive to people. I would still like it. I would still play it. But, I mean, they have all the assets and everything, you know what I mean? They also have all the new voice actors if they wanted to re-record lines or get, like, you know, a new VO in there for Angeal. You know, they could really kind of go. They could kind of, I don't know, Nomura can kind of go wherever he wants now. Franklin from GTA, that would be very unexpected. That's all I can really say. It would just be very unexpected. Crisis Core. That's all right. I mean, not a lot of people who played Final Fantasy VII have played Crisis Core. I remember I was like kind of into Crisis Core after I watched Advent Children and not kind of knowing about Zack from the original, you know, 1997 game. But other than that, I didn't really know much about it. And so when I watched Advent Children for the first time, I was like, oh, I might as well just give Crisis Core a try. The emulators they have for PC are they're actually quite good. They emulate that game quite good. And there's mods too that provide like upscaling and like texture. They have like a new texture pack you can load in there. Hey, we get 2 minutes left. I also hope that he releases right after, because if he doesn't, I don't really think I'll stick around to play. I'll come back and I'll stream if he becomes available. You know, at a later date or time. Sometimes they do this. Sometimes like Nintendo, they'll announce a character and then, like, you know, he won't be available to play until like the following day or like at 3 a.m. or whatever time it is in Japan. Yeah, I know. That's 2 minutes long of a cutscene. Besides Final Fantasy VII, what's your other favorite Final Fantasy game? Probably 10. Yeah, probably 10. I really like, I've played 10 through a couple of different times. I've seen friends play through it multiple times, all different levels of completion. I personally have played through the HD the remaster version of that. I don't know, I really liked 10 a lot. It was weird. I played 7 when I was very young, but I didn't beat it. I played a lot of it at a friend's neighbor's house, and then years later my sister had a PlayStation 2 and I got Final Fantasy X for that. And it was like the greatest hits version. And then, like, come to find out, yeah, like, all my friends really liked Final Fantasy X. And then that's when I kind of started getting into some of the older games. I've heard 6 has really good soundtrack and has the best combat. 7 and 10 are my favorites. Those are really, yeah, 7 and 10. I really want to give 8 an honest try again. I would be willing to do the remastered, like, a stream of that. But I also am, like, I'm kind of, like, half waiting for Square to just be like, let's just remake that one too. You know what I'm saying? And then I would go and play 8 all the way through again. And then I'd play 8 remake if they decided to do that. Same with 9.
Peggy 12.
Oh my God, it's happening. It's happening.
はい、皆さんこんにちは。大乱闘スマッシュブラザーズディレクター空の桜井正宏です。今回は久しぶりにスタジオからお届けすることになりました。まあ私の部屋からの放送もそろそろ飽きてきた頃だと思いますしね。実は今までのスタジオとちょっと違うところ、より広いところを借りてやっています。皆さんソーシャルディスタンスをスタッフも保ってですね、感染予防対策に気を配りながら、進行しております。では早速参りたいと思います。まず最初に新しく追加されるミーファイターコスチュームのご紹介です。こちらをどうぞ。
Oh, wait a minute. Me fighters? Up, here we go. Barrett! Tifa! Yes! But not remake. This is a remix song. We're getting the open bombing mission. We got the opening bombing mission, boys. Oh, and we have Aerith, Cloud's not true girlfriend. Because everyone knows that. So pretty cool. We got Aerith. Wait a minute, what? Oh. The Chocobo. Wait a minute! This is from the Doom Eternal leak. The Kako Demon. They had the Chocobo hat. Oh, wait a minute! Up!
Serious?
Dino! God damn it, Sakurai, you had everything right. You had everything right. Well, except for Steve. You had everything right, Sakurai. And then you just had to throw Gino in there. Ah, man.
というわけでフェイントリーのご紹介になりましたので、ファイナルファンタジー7以降 FF7 と呼ばせていただきますが、FF7 ゆかりのコスチュームが増えました。エアリス、ティファ、バレットが入っていますが、これらに専用のヘアセット、つまり髪型はないんですね。これはミーファイターの方で、適当に調整をして入れていただければと思います。では本題のセフィロスのご紹介に行きたいと思います。まず最初にセフィロスとは、クッパ大王謎を除いて、ゲームでは特に有名な悪役の一人ではないかなと思います。FF7 に登場した伝説のソルジャーです。とある細胞、何細胞とは言いませんが、そのために人知を超えた強さを誇ります。最終的には究極の破壊魔法メテオを用いて星の力を我が物にしようとします。特徴は長い剣の正宗。最新作 FF7 リメイクはスタイリッシュな映像が山ほど楽しめる作品で、私も続きが楽しみです。参戦ムービーも FFAC ファイナルファンタジーアドベントチルドレンに寄せてみました。いやー、何しろマインクラフトの後に FFAC ですからね。このダイナミックレンジの広さはやっぱり退屈しない仕事だなと思います。面白いですね。では、ここから私が操作を直接行いながらご紹介をしたいと思います。例によってゲーム内のカメラは特殊なもので、また、開発中のものであることもご了承ください。では参りたいと思います。
Sakurai. Oh!
はい、これがスマブラにおけるセフィロスです。最大の特徴、やっぱり剣が長いことですね。剣が長いので、
the remix of the main theme for Final Fantasy VII. So that's
そして比較的長身です。長身ということは相手の攻撃が当たりやすいということ。そしてその長身の割には軽いんですね。すぐにやられちゃう。カラーバリエーションには上半身裸版を 7P、8P に用意しました。まあ全体的にセフィロスだから暗いイメージというのは保ったまんまにしますが、7P、8P は最終決戦仕様が楽しめると思ってください。
来るがいい、目障りだ。
声は日本語のみの実装になります。ご
Well,
了
we're
承く
really
ださい。
we've already gotten how many
そして、
songs?
最
Three
大の特徴、
additional songs?
セフィロス
Four?
がピンチになるとこのように片翼が生えます。片翼が生えるといろいろな効果があります。
So that's his
まず、
charge up.
スピードや攻撃力が少し増します。そして、空中ジャンプがもう1回できるようになります。つまり3段ジャンプができるようになる。
So when he has the wing, he's like pretty much Super Sephiroth.
そして何より、スマッシュ攻撃にスーパーアーマーがつくようになります。こんな風に一方的に打ち勝つことができる。
Oh, so you're not
ダメー
interrupted.
ジを
This
防げ
is
るという
literally
わけ
like
ではな
what's
いの
his
で
name?、
使いすぎにはご注意。
Violet.
例えばワンミスするとなくなります。
You'll lose the wing, right? Okay.
相手を撃墜するとなくなることもあり
Oh,
ます。
interesting. You lose it once you KO
ピン
someone.
チは単純に蓄積ダメージではなく、試合全体を俯瞰して判断されます。例えばストック数が優勢の時には 100% 超えてもまだ片翼が出ませんね。
Wait a minute. How does
やっと出ました。
so after 100
ストッ
damage
ク
it
数が劣
appears?
勢の時にはもう 30%
Wow, they
程度
really he really put a lot of thought into
こういう
Sephiroth in
違い
terms
があ
of
りま
like
す。
when these like power-ups
それ
activate.
では通常技の説明、基本的な技をご
You
紹
know
介
he's
した
gonna
い
be
と思い
broken
ま
like
す。
his
でも
shit
そ
when
の
this
前
game
に
first
スイ
updates.
ートスポットについてお話をしておきます。例外もありますけれ
Yeah,
ど
let's
も、
see that
斬
length,
撃の場合、
right?
頭身の
Let's
中
see all
央
those
少し前
Violet
寄りが
mains
強いで
start
すね。
crying themselves to sleep now.
例えばこういう
That
位置の場合、
Dude,
斬
he's
撃をす
fucking
ると
slicing
このよう
through
に
like
なります。
practically
一番近いの
four
が
Kirby's.
7、真ん中が12、先端になると9になっていますね。
Okay, so we're getting some Advent Children music
斬
as
撃は
well. You
中
hear that in
央
the
が一番
background?
強いのですが、
To let the
ス
battles
キーみ
begin
たいなも
version
のは
from
先
Advent
端が
Children.
強いことが多いです。ご覧の通り。まず弱攻撃。他のファイターと比べれば出るのは遅めですが、セフィロ
It's
スの
pretty
技
cool
の
too,
中
but
で
you
は
know,
特に早
some
く出る
little,
方
you
な
know,
ので、
respect. It's like,
相
you
手
know,
に近寄られた時などに使
she's
い
a
ましょう。
main character from a Final Fantasy game. She's
次
getting
に
in
ダッ
the
シュ
game
攻撃、
somehow. That's
前
pretty
の方
cool.
に踏み越えながら攻撃する技で結構な
I
リーチ
know.
もあります。
What about Kirby Roth? I know, man.
また、吹っ飛ばしも十分にありますので、
There is always that
結構
chance
使え
that
る
you
技
know
かと思い
Sakurai
ま
could
す。
come in and like you
次
know
に横強攻撃。
surprise
見て
fighter
の
at the
通り
very
リ
end.
ー
Like
チ
you
が
know, we
か
know
な
we
り
need
長
Gino
い
me
です。
fighter, but we're
そし
also
て
gonna
上
throw
下
him
に
into.
打
You
ち
never
当
know.
てすることができます。例えばダ
Nothing's
ウンし
really
た
set
相手
in
に
stone
は
anymore with
つい
video
ても
games.
当た
I
り
feel
ません
like.
からそういう場合斜め下を狙って打つといいですね。次に上強攻撃。当てにくいですがリーチが長く判定も持続するという特徴があります。目の前にくっついた相手を打ち上げることもできます。ま
I
た、
just I
例
can
に
already
よって
like
突き攻
taste
撃
the
ですから
salty
先端が
tears of
一
the
番
Smash
強いです。
community being like he's still OP.
次に
He's
下
way
強攻
better.
撃。移
Like
動する
min
ので
mains are
牽
probably
制に
losing
向
their
きます。
minds at the reach of
姿勢
Sephiroth.
が低いので相手の攻撃を、くぐり抜けて攻撃することもできるかもしれないで
I
す。
thought
た
Foreign
だ
was
し
like
搭
super
載されな
OP.
ければの話ですが。次に
Wait a
横
minute,
スマッ
what
シュ
next
攻
is
撃。
side smash?
威力のある
Is it
全
powerful
力スイン
swing?
グです。リーチも威力も吹っ飛ばしも十分にあります。
Yo, that was like a 30 plus damage
だ
to
けど隙
Mario.
は
Like
かなり
sent
大
him
きいで
flying.
す。仮にかなり遠くでシールドされた場合も反撃確定になってしまうので
Yeah,
ご
leaves
注
you
意く
wide
ださい。
open. Like a lot
次
like
に上
Cloud's
スマッシ
attack.
ュ攻撃。かなり広範囲を襲う技です。地上の前後の相手にも当たります。相応に広いですが隙はやっぱり大きいのでご注意を。下スマッシュ攻撃。これは瓦礫で結構広範囲を攻撃することができます。威力も高め
Thank
で
you,
す。
Canarch.
地
Thank
面
you
に当
very
てない
much.
と瓦礫は出ませんが
Welcome to
復
the stream.
帰阻止をすることは可能です 。
Welcome.
あと大事な機能、下スマッシュ攻撃はシールド破壊が
Smash
強
down
いで
effect
す
is perfect for breaking shields.
次
Yo,
に通
he
常
had like
空中攻
70% of
撃
his shield
こ
left
の
and
手
he
の
had
技と
none.
しては範囲が全体的に広めですね。隙が大きいセフィロスの技としては早く出る方だ
I'm
と思
like
い
trying to
ま
like
す。
figure out, I'm
な
like,
の
is
で
that
牽制に向い
snapping
てま
noise
す
from
ね
the。game or is that Sakurai's controller
次に
click?
前空中
You
攻
gotta
撃
change that noise
かな
gate
り
on that
長い
microphone.
リーチを誇る視力技で
That's
す。
rookie stream mistakes there, Sakurai.
リーチの長さを生かして
Uh-oh.
このように
He's gonna
復
kill
帰阻止にも使えます。
Oh!
だけど当たりがすごく細いので見ての通り小ジャンプ攻撃なん
I
か
want
が
to see
当
the
たらないん
final
ですね。
smash. We only saw like a few frames of that shit.
なので
Like,
そういう
tell us
場合
what's going on
横
with
強
Cloud.
攻
He
撃なん
looked
か
like
と
he changed
併
a
用
little
する
bit
と
too.
相手はとても困ることになると思います。
Super, super,
そし
super
てもう
broken.
一つ特徴がありまして なんと前空中攻撃、壁に突き刺してジャンプすることができたりするんですね。
Who's got a wall
こ
stab?
れをいかにして使うかというと、こうフェイントに使うなど
That's gonna piss off a lot of
ですね。
people.
そして後ろ空中攻撃、前空中攻撃よりは範囲が広い攻撃ですね。威力も高いです。なので前空中の代わり
He's
に
got
振
the
り向いて
most
後
range
ろ
out of
空中を
anyone
使
I've
う
ever
とか
seen
は
in
あ
any
りです
fighting
ね。
game, period.
前空中攻撃も後ろ空中攻
He's
撃
got
も
more range than
地上ギリギ
Dulcian
リ
has
で
in
出して当
Street
てる
Fighter
こと
2,
が
you know what
大
I'm
事なんで
saying?
すね。そうじゃない
He's
と
got a
地
longer
上の
range
敵
than
に当
that
たらない
shamanistic dude.
小ジャンプで当たらない相手も、地上ギリギリなら当てることができますので。ただ前空中攻撃の方が後ろ空中攻撃よりも早く出るからそれを勘案しないといけないですね。具体的には前空中攻撃が、攻撃発生13フレーム、後ろ空中攻撃は15フレームとなるんですけど、いやそんなこと言ってちゃいけないですね。このゲーム愉快なパーティーゲームを考えて想定して作っているものなのでそんな細かいことを言うのはまあ大会に出る人ぐらいでいいんじゃないかなと。というわけで前空中攻撃当てると楽しい、後ろ空中攻撃も当てると楽しい、そんな感じでいかがでしょうか。次上空中攻撃、広範囲の投げ払いです。先ほどの上スマッシュ攻撃と似てますね。まあ実際代わりに使うことだってできます。前方の攻撃範囲などはあんまり広くありませんが、いろんな撃に使えるので試してみると良いかと思います。次に下空中攻撃、これは極門と言われている急降下攻撃です。例によって床上からの攻撃にも使えます。攻撃範囲はかなり広くしゃがんでいてもこの通り、またその刀身の長さからものすごく床を突き抜けますので、崖外からの復帰措置も可能かと思います。一応メテオもありますが、ちょっと崖外では使い物にならないですね。自分も自滅しちゃいますから。もしもメテオを使いたいなら足場は最低限キープして使った方がいいですね。次につかみや投げですが、剣を持っているファイターというのは投げの威力は全体的に弱めです。これ前投げ、後ろ投げ、テレポートして投げてますね。
This is a brand new song.
上投げ、すぐに
So
コ
we're
ンボ
at
につな
5 brand
げ
new
ます。
songs so far. They're gonna put more in.
そして下投げと。
Yeah, we're getting at least five more songs. All remixes from 7's OST, which I'm fine with. I would have preferred 7 remake songs,
検討してみてください。
but we're getting remixes.
それで
That's
は
cool.
必殺技のご紹介です。通常必殺技ははめる段階によって3つ
We're
の
getting
飛
the
び
regular
道具を
one
使い
winged
こな
angel,
し
so
ます。
that's 6. That's 6 now.
ほぼためずに打つとフレア、距
6
離
new
が比較
songs.
的長めで最後に爆発を行います。ちょっとだけためるとメガ
They
フ
probably
レ
put
ア、
other Advent Children songs
それより
in there
は
too,
距離が短いですが
more than just
威
the two
力
we
が
already
抜
heard.
群の攻撃を行います。そして最後まで食べると
Giga
ギ
Flare.
ガフレア、大爆発を起こして相手を強く吹っ飛ばします。フレアでさえ発射にはかなりの時間がかかりますが
Ari's like,
威力は絶大です。
yeah, Sephiroth's like, eat fire.
シールドボタンにより、途中でためを止めることはできます
Cancel
が
out of its
ための
shielding,
保
but
持
you
は
can't
できます。
store the charge. Okay.
性質上ギガフレアは空中では使えないことになると思い
Since
ま
it takes
す。
too long
ため
to
時間
charge.
が長すぎるんですね。
You have to launch it from the ground.
ギガフレアにはこんな使い方もあります。
It like holds them
ス
there
マ
and
ッシ
you
ュを
can,
こう混
yeah,
ぜ
you
てい
can
ったんですね。
hit them in the explosion. Damn.
またこういう使い方もあります。
Sephiroth's a psychopath.
掴んじゃう。こんな目の前で炸裂するなんて使い道があるのかなんていうことも考えられますが、実はちょっとあるんですね。それは後で説明します。一応吸収もできるんですが大した回復量にならないです。なぜな
Sakurai's
ら
going to
爆
comment on
発
the
した時
limited
が
availability of all the DLC after 1 year. It's going to just,
反射も
disappear,
できま
cease
す
to exist.
反射はギガフレアは絶対に反射されないことをお勧めします。もう蓄積ダメージゼロでも即死ということになりか
So
ねないです。
possibly instantly KO'd. Okay.
3つも飛び道具があるの
Don't
は
send
相
that
当
out
な
when
強
someone's
みだ
like
と思い
using a
ますの
reflective
で
shield like Fox.
うまく使いこなしてもらえればなと思いま
Then
す。
like time it too. That's nuts.
次に横必殺技
Oh, the taunt.
シャドウフレアです。なんか地味な飛び道具ですよね。 とにかく細い球を打つだけなんですね。貯めることはできるけれども、見た目そんな大きな変化があったようには見えないですね。
Sephiroth is like
で
literally
も、
snapping his
こ
fingers.
の球、全く異なる概念を持つ飛び道具です。この
Is this
細
more
い
like
球を相手に当
Fox's
てる
like?
と、周囲を回転する球になるんですね。
What the
そしてしばら
hell?
くすると誘導して爆発をします。
He's got like
影
targeting
度合いや重ね掛け
targeting
によって
shadow flares.
相手
Oh
の
my
周囲を
god,
回
you
る
can
球
like
の
do
数
multiple
が増え
times
ま
and
す。
then they all
最
just
大5
assault
つま
the
で。
character.
なお、シールドをすることは可能
Block
で
this
す。
attack with a shield. That is going to
シ
be
ール
so
ドを
hard
さ
to
れ
keep
るこ
track
と
of
を
if you're
通
against
して
Sephiroth.
掴むこと
I'm
も
gonna
可能
hate
で
that
す。
being against, like facing off against
なお、
him.
発射時に向きを変えることもできます。こういう
What
使
the
い方
hell?
もでき
This
るか
is
もしれないで
insane.
す。このシャドウフレアは大乱闘の場合、
The shadow flare
誰
artist
かが
can
巻か
also
れる
get
と
caught up in the
第
attack.
三者に対して
Oh
なすり
man.
つけができるんですね。まあどっちに転んでもセフィロスが有利ですから、使うに越したことはないと思います。
It's like
なお、吸
contagious
収す
too.
ることは可能です。
Fucking Sakurai's getting
反射することも
inspired
可
by
能
the
です。
coronavirus.
まあ実用的に攻撃に使うのはちょっと難しいかもしれ
That's
ま
a
せん
scary
が、
thought.
ちなみに拾うことも可能です。拾うとどうなるか。
Literally, he
こう
fucking
なるんです。
Sakurai brings out
人の周りについ
Sephiroth,
ているものを
arguably
拾
one
っ
of
ちゃ
the
うこ
most
ともできちゃう。
evil villains in video game
親
history.
切ですね。
Gives them the fucking coronavirus to send out
上
and
必
you know,
殺技
infect
一
everyone.
戦で
The
す。
shadow flare.
これ、すぐに出せる直線攻撃系の技で、
2020
フ
man.
ァイアフォックスなどに似ていて、好きな方向に打つことができるという
Oh,
もの
look
で
at
すね。
that. See, this is the
相手
other
に
time.
対して
See,
距
I
離を
thought
取るた
that
めに
his
も使え
shadow
ます
flare
し、
attack reminded me of like
こう
Star
フェイントをか
Fox's
けるの
little
にも
laser
使えま
blaster.
す。ところで今までが一戦だったのですが、ボタンを押し続けると8等一戦という8回切りつける技になりま
Octa
す。
slash 8
こうい
times
う
in a
突
row.
進系の技には珍しく、十分な撃墜性
Nasty.
能がありま
He's
す。
got like Marth like
地
combos.
上で出せば崖際では止まってくれます。
Damn.
だけどちょっと浮くともうどうにもならな
Oh,
い
you
ので
can dash a
要
little.
注意です。
Okay, so you can be like Captain
飛距離に
Suicide.
は少しだけ差があります。これ1戦、これ8等1戦。
Virus.
8等1戦の方がちょっとだけ長いですから、どうしても復帰したいという時には8等1戦を使うのがいいですね。もちろん本来は復帰に使うためのものです。
So he's
一
got
戦
like a
はすぐ
blade.
に
You
崖
can
に
do
捕
blade
まるこ
dash
とが
up
できますが、
like you can
8
like
等1
Link.
戦は少しだけ上の方に飛び出してしまいます。それを使って攻撃をするという手もありますが、この違いにはご注意ください。次に下必殺
Genova
技、先行と言います。
Another song,
ハニ
and I
カム
think
シ
this
ールド
is
から先行を一連で放つ技でカウンターのように使えます。
this is the
カウン
seven
ターと異なり
OST version
当
of
たって
Genova.
も
Okay,
当たらなくても
if we're gonna get
先
like a
行に
remix
なる
version
のが
of
ポ
the
イント
Genova.
です。受けた攻撃の強さによって先行がパワーアップします。
Genova.
見てく
Well,
れの
it's
通り
the
後ろ
original
からの攻撃
OST.
には無効
They're
で
playing
す
the。original OST
なお
first.
残念なことに
I
飛
have
び
a
道具は
feeling, though,
反射
there
で
will
き
be
ま
a
せん。
Genova
防ぐことはできるんですけどね。さらにカウンター系としては珍しく強い攻撃に破られてしまうんです
I
ね。
know. You want to talk about
最
really
大
rolling
チャー
out
ジ
the
ショ
red
ットなんか
carpet?
も
I
まあ
feel
厳
like
しい攻撃です。ただしダ
Sephiroth
メー
out
ジ
of
は
all
防げ
these
ます。
DLC characters, maybe
復
minus
帰措置に
Banjo-Kazooie
使う
and
ことが
Hero.
できます。
I
特
want
に
to just say
攻
he's
撃
probably
力のある
received.
上必殺技を持
How
ってい
much
るような
work
人
did
は
they
気
do
を
on
つけ
him?
た方がいいですね。最後の切り札は
Oh,
スー
look at
パー
this.
ノバ。セーファセフィロス
Yo!
がメテオで超新星を起こし星ごと破裂させるという
Was that like a
ダイナ
little,
ミックな技
maybe,
です。
you know, his ultimate form? Was that his, maybe a little
それぞれ
preview
の
for
人たち
for
が
future parts?
違う
Maybe
リア
parts
クショ
2
ンを
and
取って
3?
るというのにお気づ
Maybe
きに
that's
な
a
り
little
ましたで
glimpse
しょ
into the future?
うか。お気づきにならないと思うので寸前で止めてみようと思いますが、
Literally blows up the planet.
右から1人は吹っ飛び1人はキノコ、そして1人は、シールドブレー
CGI
ク
is
を起こ
not
しているように
not
見え
not
ま
at
すよ
least
ね。
3 hours long, so
原作
unacceptable.
でもそうだったのですが
Unacceptable.
ランダムである程度の効果が現れるようになっています。
I think it might be a little
吹っ飛び
teaser to
フラ
some
フ
of
ラ
his like, you
寝る
know,
スロー
some
お
of
花
his
キノコ
material
なんです
attacks
ね。
in parts 2 and 3, maybe.
フラフラになりましたね。こうなったらさっきのギガフレアからの横スマッシュなどで
Oh, just that
蓄積ダメ
flare
ージ
and the
0%
smash
から
attack move just
一
looks
挙撃
so
墜なども
deadly.
狙えるわけです。
If you're like 1v1 and I mean,
お花
Sephiroth
は
just
ダメー
seems
ジ
like
が
he's
大
the
きくなります。
1v1 king.
普通に食らうよりもさら
You
に
got
でかくなる
damage control a little bit here with Cloud, and you can do 1v1 pretty easily with him, but
こ
Sephiroth
れは
seems
キノ
like
コ
he is built
ああ
for
キノコは怖い
1v1.
です。 突然キノコにかかると復帰しようとして反対側に行ってしまいますから、これもまた蓄積ダメージ 0% からやられる可能性のある技ですね。
I'm not just saying it because I'm
など
a, you know,
い
Final
ろいろ
Fantasy
アド
VII
リブ性
stand.
が求められ
My
る、
God.
スーパーノヴァお楽しみいただければと思います。ところで、クラウドの
Yeah, here we
からの
go.
切り札にも
We
手を
get
入
the
れま
AC
した。
version of those who
それ
fight
も
further.
超級
So
無
that's
人火
8.
山バージ
We
ョン
have
5
Economy
です。
8 new
ファ
songs
イナル
so
ファンタ
far.
ジー7アドベントチルドレンに登場し、合体機
Yo,
を分離させる
here we
技
go.
ですね。
The fusion
攻
swords.
撃力など
He
性
gave him an
能は
entirely
2からと
new
全く変わらないも
smash
のになっていま
ultimate
す。
smash move.
なおご存知かと思いますが、クラウドの偶数カラーには袖ありと袖なしがあります。まあこれも原作ファンにはおなじみのものですね。
Details, man. Northern Cave. Here we go.
次にステージのご紹介です。北の大空洞というステージを作りました。
What do we get?
ステージの
9
形状
songs
自体はシン
now?
プル
We
に
got
しまし
9
たが、
songs?
背景がストーリーを追うようになってるんですね。これなんと FF7 の終盤の展開を含んでしまいます。しょうがないけど。
You got like the main theme?
なので
The highway
これ
theme?
ネタバレを見たくないと
If
い
you want to
う
avoid,
方
you
は
might want to
周り
stop
に利用した方
watching
がいい
now.
かも。
What?
いやしなくてもいいかも。何しろ20数年前のゲームですからね。
Yo,
まあ
fucking
それに
Sakurai,
新
you
しい
know,
リメイクで
Sakurai's
こ
got
のようになるとは
no
限らない
no chill for
という
no
こと
one
な
who's
の
played
で
Final
まあ
Fantasy
見ていただ
VII.
ければ幸い
No
です。
chill.
それでは
You've never
参り
played it.
ます
Look away.
北の大空洞ファイナルファンタジー7で最終決戦が繰り広げ
So
ら
the
れたところで
background
す。
though,
約束の地、そしてリユニオンの
like
終
who made
着点
that
ですね。
background? Was it someone from Square?
こ
Was
の
it
よう
someone
な
from
北の大
Nintendo?
空洞
Like
を
did
俯
they
瞰
ask
し、
someone who like, you know,
そして
worked
遠
on
くにはジェッ
It's
ト
the
エンジン化し
cave?
たハイウィンド第2形態も飛んでいます。セフィロスが星を滅ぼす黒魔法メテオを発動しました。それを阻止するためにセフィロスを倒し、エアリス
What are
が
the kind of
決
like
して
little
かけた
Easter
白魔
eggs
法
are we gonna get
ホ
in
ーリー
here?
を解放するというのがパーティーの目的です。星の体内にどんどん降りていきます。原作にもこのように段差のようなところがありましたね。ぴょんぴょんジャンプしたりしましたけれど、北の大空洞は2000年前にジェノバが落下したところと言われています。そしてその後古代種に封印され神羅に発掘さ
Sakurai
れ
did
た
his
箇所
homework.
です
We got a Sakurai's a Final Fantasy VII
こ
fan.
の辺りはリシディアファイナルファンタジーのステージに
Okay,
採
the
用
city
されたこと
influence,
もありますね。ジェノバ、シンセシスと戦った場所を彷彿とさせます。基本的な床もこの辺の床を参照しています。
The high one, yeah. I,
そして
so I
これが
didn't, I
封
didn't
印
remember
され
seeing
た
that in
ホ
the
ーリ
trailer,
ー
and
で
then I,
す。
you know, some people were posting pictures of it after. What is this?
ホーリーが発動し、
Holy activates, and the
そ
party
して、
attempts to
パ
flee.
ーティーは脱出を図ります。
Oh, there we
ゲ
go.
ローと、
Oh
そして
man,
眼前に広がるメテ
the
オ、
meteor.
そしてホーリーが飛び出し、メテオの阻止に回ります。ハイウィンドはここで密かに第三形
I
態に
feel
なっ
like
て
the
い
only
た
other
りしま
stage that
す。
got this much
しか
like
し、
Love and Care is
ホーリーが
like
発動す
Spiral
るの
Mountain
が遅すぎ
Banjo-Kazooie
たと言われ
stage.
てますが、メテオを
Like
止めら
adding
れません。
Tilted and bottles and stuff.
そこで
Bongo.
星の力であるライフストリームが湧いてきて加算するという、こういうお話を追うクルーズステージというのは今までになかったかもしれません。
Dude, this is like
お楽しみいただければと思いま
This is
す。
Sakurai's love story to Nomura. Okay, let's see.
それでは実践に移りたいと思います。今回は勝ち上がりラントをやってみたいと思います。
absolutely.
例によって、本気度は
Xenoblade, yeah,
一番
especially
高くして
Xenoblade.
始めます。なぜか
That's
と
why I
いう
love
と、
Xenoblade so much. I love that game series. It just, yeah, very
これ
reminiscent.
ボスラッシュが楽しめるんですね
Final。Fantasy.
歴代ボスがいっぱい出てきます。まあもともとボスキャラらしい
This is
セ
crazy.
フィロスだからこそ、そういうボスラッシュというのは合うんじゃないかなと思って入れてみました。だけど当然手強いので
Sephiroth fighting
気を
against
つけなきゃいけないで
Rathalos.
すね。最初
Showed
は
me
リ
a
オレウス。
screenshot of this in 2019. I would have called you a
しかし、
damn liar. And I would have asked you where you got your Smash Brothers for Wii
い
U
いのか
mod.
これは。
Like a mod for Marth.
まあレウスですから
Where did you
ね
get、
すぐに飛んだりとか逃げたりするのが合ってるんじゃないかな。尻尾くれ。尻尾をくれ。
Give me the
そ
tail.
の前に面白いもの拾ったな。
Yo, Sephiroth is
投げちゃっ
just slicing right through that dragon.
た。お、落とし穴。
Sakurai just literally was begging for tail. I know that will become a meme very soon.
いて。
You're the devil. Arathalos, wasn't there something
尻尾や
like
りま
this
した
in
ね
Final
こ
Fantasy
れも
VII?
食らって
I don't know the exact
セフィロスの最後
melee
の
menu
とど
music
め
in
が
the
軽い
background. What a troll!
はい次ガレオムです
Oh,
スマブラ
what does this
X を
remind you
復活
of?
させますね音楽も
Huh?
懐かしい感じまあまあそんなに怒るのはやめようよ君お
Reminds me of like
ちょっと
fighting
食らっ
off
ちゃった今
against like the
あ
arsenal.
握
You know
ら
what
れ
I'm
てま
saying?
すねまあまあそんなに怒らない怒らない
Well, there was also the flashback of Cloud in Sephiroth, where it's in the battle segment. You have Sephiroth shirtless, and he murders that green dragon. I remember that from Final Fantasy VII as like a flashback.
はい
Epic Mako Reactor moment.
怖いと言われてるマルクですが
Yeah, you didn't miss
この
anything.
キャ
I
ラ
don't
本
think
当は
Brawl
もっ
really
と怖
had
かっ
was
たんですよね
was tripping.
年齢推奨制限に引っかかっちゃいましてね
Marks
しょうがないから
from this
眉
creepy
毛に
ass
してみたん
boss
です
from
けど
Kirby.
個人的にはもうちょっと怖くしたかった
Just saying, I wish we
まあ
made him a bit
外食かな
creepier. What? Why? Not creepy enough. I remember when Brawl
what
came
about-
out, it was a big deal because Sonic was in it and Snake Solid was in it.
自分が割ったん
They
じゃ
were
ない
kind
で
of
す
the big boys, the big surprises of that game.
お客さん目が変になってますよおっと危ない
Hehe.
おっと
I always thought this guy,
とっとっと
Marks,
危
he
ない
looked like the Noid from those old
ああいう
Domino's
血管
commercials.
表現
Those
と
old
か
like
が特に怖い
claymation
って言われ
Domino's
てるところで
commercials
すよ
about the
ね
Noid.
今のもちょっとキモい
Those eyes are kind of gross.
ああ次
Yep.
次あ惜しいなパーフェクト取れてないな次ドラキュラ伯爵です一番最初の伯爵状態だとなんだ
A
伯
worthless
爵状
pile
態
of secrets.
頭にしか判定がないから、そこは気をつけなきゃいけないですが
Now, see, that's what I would have liked to see. I would have honestly liked, I mean,
上
I
ス
know
マッ
that
シュ
it's
とか
probably
で
not going to
当
happen,
たり
but
があるからそれは
Simon and
ジャン
Richter
プするより
Belmont,
も
if
楽
you
か
were
も
able
し
to
れないですね
control
ここは
Alucard
素直
or
に
you were able to
信じる
have Dracula, that Alucard is the only one that I feel like out of all the characters that I want in the game remaining
おっと
now,
無理した方が良かった
Crash
か
and
な
Spyro and Gino, I would have loved like them just to put Alucard in there, maybe as an Echo Fighter or Simon or Richter, and just give him a sword.
ここからが本番です
It would have just been so cool.
先生
Yeah, you're pretty much getting the Alucard fight
そ
from
うス
Symphony
マ
of
ッ
the
シュ
Night
横と
here.
かをうかつにやると
But I wonder now if
全然隙がでか
Sephiroth is going to have
影
other
食らっちゃうんで
colors.
すよね
I wonder if he'll have like a color variant where all of his white or silver trim on his outfit will be gold, and that way he'll look more like Alucard. Maybe his eyes will turn red.
いか
Now,
んね
that'd be
また
very
やっちゃ
cool.
ったねなん
Yeah,
と
I'm
か
getting
片
like
役は出ない
serious
で済
Symphony
み
of
ま
the
した
Night
ね
vibes
いや
here,
出して
watching
もいいんだけど
Sephiroth murder Dracula.
むしろ出した方が
He's going nuts, I
次
bet he
魔王
is.
ガノンは戦い方をよく考えないといけないですね
Having Sephiroth face off against all these Nintendo villains, my god.
いや判定はあるんだけど
Also, shut up,
他
Mr.
がみん
Money!
な全身無敵になってるとまあ無理せず行きましょうチャンス貯めちゃおうかな痛いだろう
He's really going for it. Wow. This, again, it seems to be as easy as the one from Ocarina of Time.
僕もおっと危ないよしよし
I remember, like, as a kid, like, you know, getting to the final Ganon, like, boss and stuff like that, and being really disappointed in the boss fight and thinking that some of the Water Temple bosses were way harder.
よしよし次ギガクッパですスマブラデラックスみたいなやっぱり攻撃が思ったよりも広いので何とかしなきゃいけないですねハットを一戦で向けてみたりしてまずいここまずい危ない
Feels like melee, dude.
ああ
Free
いうこと
melee.
をしていちゃいけないんです本当は何しろこれつかみがありますからねこの人危ない
Hey, he's okay.
結構間合いが広いよ
Visually, it was impressive. I always just thought it was too easy. I felt like the Ganon like that you faced up on the tower where you were having to like hit the bolts of light. I felt like that was a harder boss fight than Final
結構
Ganon.
当たってないように見
You
え
know
ま
what
す
I
けど、
mean?
もう
Like
あっという間に
fighting
真っ赤でやら
Ganondorf
れる
for
よ
the
うな
last
ことあり
time.
ま
I
すから
thought that was a
もうこれも
harder fight than
ちょっと
Final
整え
Ganon.
ちゃう。
I know. I already did, Mr. Mono. You missed it.
よし。
Nice. Sounds like my
獄門
wife upstairs is getting assaulted. Probably by a goddamn icicle.
本気の 9.9 いっちゃいました。
The intensity is through the roof.
はい、マスターハンドとクレイジーハンドです。それが北の大空洞でなぜか戦うという。これは最初からまずいね。
So far, what do we got? 9 songs?
ピヨッと
9. We got 9 altogether.
まずい。
And it's Dwarf.
もうろくにダメージを与えていないのにすでに蓄積ダメージが吸われたくない。
Crazy hand just looks like a convulsing hand. The
う
hand
わ
that's
ーこの
convulsing.
アングルを小さくされるとても危険。ここでダウンさえできればいいぞ。
Sakurai showing once again when it comes to melee, he's got absolutely no chill.
はい。
And he uses fucking cold and ruthless
ついに片翼が出てしまった。
as a
まずい。
bloodthirsty
これはまずい。
murderer. It's because he plays regularly with two, like, you know, one-handedly on the reg.
はっ。ほっ。来い来い。さすがにできなかったか。お、これはいけるんじゃ。あとはクレイジーだけ。
I still can't believe we're getting like 9 new
今
songs.
掴もうとしたね、君。
That's worth the price of admission.
10体ぐらい倒せばいけるかな。
Adding 9 more songs, you know, Final Fantasy VII songs.
はい、終わりました。
Nice job, Sakurai.
さらばだ。獄門。
I win. Farewell, Hell's Gate. Oh, you have no idea.
本気度 9.9 のまんまでしたが。はい、お疲れ様でした。ボスラッシュモード楽しんでいただければ幸い
Boss
で
rush
す。
mode. Cool. So new mode. Oh, here we go, baby.
次に楽曲のご紹
The
介で
music.
す。
We got Aerith theme.
楽
Whoa,
曲
so
の
that's
リストは
10
こ
songs.
ちらです。新たな曲は9曲も
No! Whoa!
FF 曲が
Nine tracks.
なんと
Okay, so maybe I
11曲になり
miscounted.
ました。うち4曲がアレンジでいずれも聴き応えがあるアレンジになっ
New
ていま
arrangements.
す。これらミッドガルステージにも追加されます。今まで FF 曲というのは2曲だけだったんですね。
Yeah,
そ
why?
れをして机にさんはケチだというような話をする人もいるかと思うんですが、それは違うん
However,
です
we
よ。
were met with some
と
challenges.
大きな
What
声で言わせていただき
challenges?
ますやっぱりですね、例えばキ
The
ャラクタ
characters
ーが何
featured
か
in
の
a
ゲー
different
ムに出る
game
コラボする
appears in another game as part of a
曲なんていっぱいないってい
collaboration.
うものの方
There
が多
are
いじゃ
some
ないですか。
cases in which songs from the original game aren't included.
世界
Like
で
what?
全て
Need
問
approval
題
from
な
all
い
the
ように
copyright holders in all
許
regions.
諾を取
What?
らないといけないんですね。まあ
In
中に
some
は
copy, in other
一社
cases,
で
however,
ち
the
ゃんと取
copyright
れ
is
る
shared
ものもあ
among
ります
multiple
が、
companies.
複数の会社に
It's one!
またがっていたりとか、国によって全然違ったりっていうことを権利をみんな解決して実装しているんです。だからつまりスマブラが
It's
ちょっと
truly
おかしい
exceptional. Yes, we
という
know.
ことで、認めていただければと思い
I
ま
don't think he's
す。
been getting the corporate mumbo jumbo from
さて、
Doug
肝心の
Bowser.
配信日です。12月23日に配信予定です。これはクリスマスイブイブですね。
Okay, so it's not until Christmas Eve,
そのまんま受
essentially.
け取り可能。単体でも購入可能です。
So it's not actually for a while.
毎
Wait
回
a
スマブラ
separate
に
now.
新キ
It's
ャラを
always
加
a
え
big
るという
news
のは
story
本
whenever
当事
any
なんです
DLC
よね。
fighter is added to Smash
だけど、
Bros.
フ
However,
ァイター
this
が
new
多い
fighter
だけ
tends to
に、
become just
ファ
part
イタ
of the
ー選
group
択画面では
the characters
多数の中の一つで
because
埋も
there
れ
are
てし
so
まうん
many
で
fighters
す。
to choose from.
これで良いのだろう
I've
か。
been wondering if
と思
that's
ったり
if
して
that's ideal.
セフィロスはボスだか
The
ら、
boss
ボ
character,
スとしての強さにス
I
ポ
wanted
ッ
to
ト
give
を
him
当
a
てたいと
special
思いま
spotlight
す。
deserving of
そこで
bosses.
これを
Cool!
見てほしい
Please take a
んで
look.
す。
Yo, what? Cosmo Canyon, we got a bunch of new oh, damn, son. Yo,
なんと
what?
ボスとしてのセフィロスと戦える期間限定
Holy
出現の
shit!
特別なモード
Sakurai
を用意しました。
remade Final
これを
Fantasy
倒すこと
VII.
ができれば先行してセフィロスと北の大空洞ステージを使うことができます。
He pretty much
イージーノーマルは
remade
そこそこ
Square
にする
Enix's
けれど
Final Fantasy
ベリー
VII
ハード
remake
はかなり
menu
難しくする予定です
as a mini game.
本当は最初に選んだ難易度をクリアできな
What
けれ
is
ば
that?
正式な発売日に
Kirby
セフィ
Roth!
ロスを先行して使えるようにはしないつもりでした。 ベリーハードを選んだ人にはそれなりの試練が
was
訪
to
れ
make
る
it challenging for
だ
players
け
to
ど
okay.
ハードすぎるかなと
Yeah,
思
then we
いさ
canceled
すが
that
にそれ
idea.
は取りやめましたセフィロスチャレンジの配信日は12月18日から12月23日
Five
10時まで
available
の予
5
定
days.
です
So it's you fight
もちろん
against
セフィロ
Sephiroth.
スを
Please
買って
note
い
that
ない
this
と
mode
実
won't
現
be
しない
available
の
for
でこれ
players
も
who
ご注意
haven't
ください
purchased the Sephiroth fighter. Okay, so you
さ
have
ま
to
ざま
buy
なア
him
ップデ
in
ー
order
ト
to
は
get it.
本会期
Cool.
の23日に行われます
Oh, more updates.
2P クラウドに長級武神
Wants to be added to the yes. Okay. Yep, we knew that.
23日か
What
ら
else?
できれば楽しいと思い、セ
And
フ
then it
ィ
was
ロ
going
ス
to
チャ
be
レン
lots
ジを
of
考
fun to
えたけれ
play,
ど
which it
実
is.
装には思った以上の
The
手間
workload
をか
ended
け
up
てし
being
まい
much more than
スタッ
expected.
フには
I'm
申
very
し訳なか
grateful
ったで
for
す
to the development team.
です
You
が
guys did a great
この
job.
5日しか出ていない
For
モ
5
ードでき
days.
ればいろんなファイターやいろんな攻略で
That's
ベリー
it!
ハードクリアを目指していた
What
だ
is
け
with
れば
this
と思い
limited
ます
availability
確か
shit,
な手応えがあり
Nintendo?
ますボスと
5
しての
days
セフ
and
ィロ
then
スの
that's
強
it.
さ楽しんでいただければ幸いです
What?
戦場、小戦場、大戦場、終点において
I don't know how I
全
feel
曲
about
抽
that.
選と折れ曲セレクトから抽選方法が選べるようになりました
I don't know how I feel about
全
that.
曲抽選と
What do you
ステ
guys
ージセレ
think?
クトからの
I
選
don't
曲
know. I don't
は
like it. I'm
全て
twisting
の
my
ステ
head
ー
in
ジ曲が
disbelief
対
because
象
I
になり
can't
ま
even
す
believe what I just heard.
折れ曲セレクトでメニューを切り替えると戦場なら戦場の折れ曲セレクトの中から抽選されますあとゲーム内でご紹介することができなかったのでセフィロスの勝利画面なんかもお出ししたいと思いますこちらです
Here we go. They did exactly what I edited. Exactly what I edited. Did I not call that was gonna be it? Huh?
以上でセフィロスのプレゼンを終わりたいと思うのですが今回本当に収録に苦労しました
Sephiroth, it's over.
何せ機材トラブルがありましてねどうも音響とかにノイズが混じるんですってもしもうちで自宅配信の時にこのノイズが混じっていたらもう配信できなかったんじゃないかなと思います。
Oh, okay.
確認できるっていうのは大事ですね。
Check in real
そうい
time.
う意味で
Let me give a big thanks
本
to
当に
today's film
お疲れ
crew.
様です
Show your film crew!
というわけでお開きです。どうもあ
I
りが
want
と
to
うご
see
ざい
who's
ました
laughing behind the camera. Wow. So he's not going to come out until the 23rd. So they actually made his victory screen. Hang on, let's go back and wait. I can't rewind. Be kind, rewind. Oh man, Papa Gino must be so sad. I don't even want to watch it. Papa Gino just must be so sad. I feel so bad for him. Oh man, poor Papa Genos, dude. That was impressive. That was probably the most impressive character reveal that I've seen since Banjo-Kazooie. I will say. I'm a little disappointed it's not coming out today. But that gives me some more time to practice, right? Five days, dude. When is that? What day is that? Wednesday. Oh, we'll have to do a stream on Wednesday then. And I wonder what time. What time on Wednesday. Five days, man. We'll have to have some stream fun here with that. We'll set up a little battle arena for us all to fight around in. And then, but wait a minute. The boss mode starts, does that start now? Just don't think you can weasel out of a challenge. Don't worry, I won't. I'm really curious. When does the boss mode start? That's what I want to know. Like, when is the exclusive mode that only lasts for 5 days? When does that start? You nailed it! I know! I know! Amazing. Today, Papa, is he pissed? I almost want to watch the stream just gonna see how mad he is. Oh no.
Kill Aerith. I can see that. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, it's so cool. Oh man. That's what he tweeted out. That's what he tweeted. That is a cool victory screen.
Oh, I can just... That smile. I'm sorry, Papa.
Okay, that's it. So that's Geno's fate, I guess.
And I'm so sorry, Papa Genos. I feel bad for him because I feel like his whole channel is like... was supposed to crescendo with the announcement of Geno, and now I don't feel like that's gonna happen for him. I feel bad for him. I know. What about Max? He's probably losing his damn mind. The only video I have for him is, and I don't have my Twitch, I don't have the Twitch account hooked up on here. I feel bad for him. I just want to see if this is available now, though. Like, can we actually play this now? I would be shocked if they updated. I really thought for a while that Geno would happen. I mean, I don't think it. I guess I can't really count anyone out, because haven't they taken people who are stickers and made them into characters? There must be some kind of time thing for this, because I was on here earlier and there was no indication that there was an update. Man, Papa Genos, I feel for him, because like I watch his videos and stuff, and I like his speculative stuff, but I know that in one of his other videos he was essentially saying, he was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my channel if Geno is like not in the game, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good point, man. Is it games and more? I forget where they actually said. Now let me look at the news. Oh, it's not on the game menu? Take the wagon. And Among Us is on Twitch. It is. 17th till the 23rd. Okay. Well, the 17th is today. Everyone's saying you predict the future. I didn't predict the future. Maximilian was the one that pretty much pointed it out to me and said, "Oh yeah, this is probably what his Advent children, the burning of Nibelheim is probably going to be his victory screen." I said, yeah, you're probably right. I just kind of edited it together real quick. How do I... What is that, Papa Genos? It must be tomorrow or later tonight. I don't know. Hang on. Let me look on Twitter over here. Let me see what's going on. Let's see. Thank you for watching. No Sakurai. Thank you. Oh, put my little trademark catchphrase. I'm commenting on Sakurai's tweet, thanking everyone for watching. That's nuts. Super Mario T is real pissed off too. I know, I guess so. Well, now I guess I don't feel too much like pressure. Like now, well, it kind of sucks for me too, because now Nintendo has no reason to ever release Super Mario RPG on NSO, which for me that's almost like a bigger deal than than Gino not ever getting in. I don't have a real modern way to play either one of my most favorite games or the best game I've ever played, personally. Mario RPG, I love that game. I still don't have a modern way to play that. I can't even play that on my new 3DS, which they released some of the SNES games on. Crazy. Just to get into Ultimate? Well, so what should we do now? I don't even know. I kind of like half expected that it was going to release like immediately, but then I was like, yeah, it's probably going to be like 2 a.m. or something like that. I like didn't eat lunch either, so I'm kind of like, I'm like a little hungry. There's no way to play this right now, at least not to my knowledge. It hasn't updated yet. It probably won't until late this evening, I'm guessing. Right? Because it's not updatable now. If Gino had... there's 3 more challenger packs. I really wanted him to join Brawl 2. I think I don't know. Like, you go back to that poll, remember the Smash poll? Like Banjo-Kazooie and Bayonetta, they were most requested. Gino was probably pretty high up on that list, but... So, like, if you're Square Enix, all right, people who are essentially responsible for creating Gino, if you're them, and, like, okay, so Sephiroth makes a lot more sense than Gino from a couple of different perspectives. From one, like a marketing perspective, right now you can go play Final Fantasy VII on the Nintendo Switch, like right now, all right? You can't play Final Fantasy VII Remake, but you can play Final Fantasy VII on the Nintendo Switch, all right? That there was good enough, a good enough reason for Square to say, hey, you know what? We want the biggest, baddest boss in Final Fantasy history in your game, Sakurai. So here you go. We know that now when people play Sephiroth, we can redirect them to go play the Final Fantasy that's on the Switch. It's not Final Fantasy VII Remake, but, it's a Final Fantasy VII. Because Gino doesn't have any other, like, ecosystem that he lives outside of, he was only locked to that one game, I feel like that is the reason why he's not in Smash Brothers. He had that one very iconic game. Square isn't really... They would make money off of putting Gino in Smash Brothers. Obviously, there would be some kind of exchange of royalties between sales or whatever between Nintendo and Square. But there is no additional, like, almost like touch points for Nintendo to point to be like, hey, remember Gino from... It's like, well, there's only this Super Nintendo game, this obscure ass Super Nintendo Mario RPG game from like the late 90s. There isn't... I'm guessing the reason why Gino probably made it in as a Mii costume versus an actual playable character is because there's not enough of a digital ecosystem for Nintendo to point to as being like, here, we could generate you more sales because of XYZ. If Gino had like his own game, or if he was featured in multiple Mario games like heavily as a main character, it would be a different story. I don't know. Gino, there are some really good ones out there. I even made my own little edit, but... And I don't know really what to do now. I mean, I don't know. I kind of want to go... I want to go play the Corpo campaign on my PlayStation 5 because I installed Cyberpunk on my PS5. I originally tried it on my base model PlayStation 4, and I was like, that's just out of the question, man. That's out of the question. I think I was playing San Andreas Grand Theft Auto. Looked like dog vomit. Looks pretty decent on the PlayStation 5. On my PC, it runs better, but not 100%. Last 3 characters. I mean, I would still love to see Gino. I mean, I'm gonna still throw him up there. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, Dante. I wouldn't mind seeing. My ultimate 3, I guess, would be Crash, Spyro. Part of me also kind of wants to see Rayman. I don't know. It's because I'm old. You know what I'm saying? I want Duke Nukem. Master Chief would be cool, but I don't know. I don't see that. If we had Rare Replay like the Rare Replay collection on Nintendo Switch, I would be like, Master Chief is going to be one of those three, 1,000%. Like if Microsoft started taking all their games like Super Lucky Tales and stuff and started making Switch versions of those, I'd be like, yep, Microsoft Flight Simulator, on Nintendo Switch, it looks like Pilot Wings the N64. You know that Master Chief would be coming through those doors. You know what I'm saying? But because there hasn't really been that kind of level of collaboration between Nintendo and Microsoft, I think Master Chief is out. I would love to see Duke Nukem as an old school guy myself. I don't know. Duke Nukem would be, also, like, it's kind of like I kind of go with, like, having Duke Nukem in would be good, but it also would be bad because it's not like he would swear. You have to cut all the colorful vocabulary out. Would you give him the guns? It's like Duke Nukem's whole thing is guns and violence. I don't know. That's why I think he'd be better in Cyberpunk 2077. But I could honestly see Crash and Spyro, those two, obviously. And then, honestly, the last one, I don't know. Last one, I want to say that it's like I kind of go back and forth with this. You guys probably kind of see this too. They have the heroes and they have the villains. You have Mario and Bowser. You have Sephiroth and Cloud now. You have Ridley and Samus. You have Mewtwo and you have the Pokemon, the three starters like you had against, the three starters, Ash versus Mewtwo in the movie. Excuse me. You have Kirby and DDD. I think Banjo-Kazooie, hear me out. Want to talk about left field, like random ass things? I would love it if Rare Replay released on the Switch and we got Grunty as a boss. I also just straight up like wouldn't mind just like, I don't know. I really wouldn't mind some like obscure ass character like Duke Nukem or like Master Chief, like, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Then it's like, I don't know. I think also Kratos, I think honestly there's a higher likelihood that PlayStation would go back and remake or do a new version of PlayStation All-Stars than Kratos making an appearance in Smash Brothers. I don't think that's ever going to happen. Not unless Sony Santa Monica wants to put, the God of War collection on the Switch. I don't think that's ever going to happen. But do you kind of see like, it's like every time there's a new series like making an appearance on the Switch for the first time, that's like the beginning. That's like the first stone cast. You know what I mean? We don't know when Crash 4 is coming to the Switch. We don't know if it's coming at all, but I'm guessing that Panic Button's probably working on a port, or maybe the same guys who did the port of the Crash trilogy. I feel like if Crash 4 ever gets announced for the Switch, that's like the first indicator that Crash is coming, you know what I'm saying? Or if there's a new Spyro game and it gets announced across the board, that's another indicator that Spyro is coming. If Doom like gets more notoriety or something like that, I don't know. Doom Slayer, it's kind of like, what do you even do? Still got that Caco Demon leak though, and I can't get over the Caco Demon leak. In that same leak, you also had a Mallow hat. What if that's the last pack and it's Gino? And they literally are just doing diligence to put this Mii fighter in there as just as a kind of a lame duck sort of thing, like just to kind of appease the masses, to kind of push the narrative that, yep, Gino ain't coming. To really throw people off. I'm just saying, it wouldn't surprise me. Who else are they going to pick for those three? Especially that last one. The last one is either going to be Gino or it's going to be Waluigi. And I have a feeling if it's Waluigi, there's going to be outrage like when Piranha Plant was voted in, because everyone said, too many Mario characters. We got another Mario character in here. I refuse to believe that Gino is dead. I don't know. Homie, didn't they do that with some of the Castlevania guys? Didn't they put wasn't like Richter Belmont a sticker? Wasn't he a sticker? And then he walks into the game? Yeah, I don't know. The Caco Demon and the Mallow hats and the Caco Demon Mii Fighter hats. That was either a really good fake or that was real. There was some character that essentially was outright deconfirmed. I remember this. It was it must have been in the development for this new Smash Brothers. I remember they were like, oh yeah, this person never. Who is it? It must have been one of the Castlevania guys. I remember them saying, oh, there's no way that they're gonna show up because Richter Belmont or whoever is already a sticker. Oh, Richter Belmont comes walking through. Maybe it's Min Min. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Maybe it's Min Min. It was one of the more recent characters. It wasn't anyone old or anything like that, but it was one of the more recent ones. Must have been Min Min. Min Min was a sticker, along with some of the other ARMS characters, and then they put Min Min in the game. I don't think that this counts anyone out. Plus, do you understand that, like, Gino, wasn't he a Mii character in the last game? All they did was they just brought the code over. They didn't do anything proprietary to this. I'm still in belief that Gino is coming. I still believe Gino is coming. I don't know why. I don't know why. I just go back to that Smash Brothers poll when it was on the Wii U about, asking fans who they would want. And I just go back to it and I'm like, everyone I talked to, they asked for Gino. Sakurai ain't going to ignore that. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to ignore those results. I think at the very least, he will address them again. If Gino really, truly does not make it by the end, I think he will address them in some respect. Remember the poll after Brawl 2? Yeah, Ridley was in that. I remember people were asking for Ridley. People were asking for, like, Knuckles. A couple of, more Sonic reps. I like, low-key, now that Sephiroth is in as the villain for Sonic, I feel like the only other character that could have that pull that's like third party, that could have the same pull to get the villain in from the series is Dr. Robotnik, Sonic. Having Dr. Ivo Robotnik or Eggman, I think he is very possible. People were saying, oh, with Sephiroth in, he's totally out. I don't think Dr. Robotnik is completely out. I think a lot of his mechanics you can kind of see in, like, Bowser Jr. kind of working out, where he has the little flying egg machine and stuff. I think you could kind of, like, kind of give him a couple of different styles, too. You could kind of give him the Sonic 06 style. You could kind of give him the classic, traditional Robotnik or Eggman style. Big bushy mustache and stuff. Yeah, K-Rool, I remember he was a heavily requested one. I remember. It just kind of like, I kind of look back and I'm like, Robotnik, Gruntilda, some of these, like, villains. There's three spots left? I think, honestly, I'm just calling it now. Even though he says he's only making 3 more characters, I have a feeling there'll be one big surprise at the very end. Like, kind of like, and here is Sakurai putting the Mario cap on for one last time, and that's it. It's either going to be Waluigi, Gino, it's going to be someone big. You know that the last fighter, whatever that is, if it's either the last fighter of Fighters Pass 2 or an additional one on top of that, you know that last fighter is going to be, like, memorable. There's no way that Sakurai is going to go out with a whimper. He just is not that kind of guy. He's never gone out like that. Third pass. I don't know if there's going to be a third pass. I think there might be one additional character that'll get tacked on at the end, and it'll be like the big one. It's either going to be someone that's been requested for a long time. I think it's either going to be Gino. I think maybe it could be Waluigi. Too much money. I have a feeling there will be a third. Yeah, it's really like a big billboard, right? It's a huge billboard for any game. And that's why at the end of the day, like, think about all the Sonic games that are on the Switch. You have all the original Sonics, at least except for the third one because they use the Michael Jackson music. Sonic Mania. You got Sonic Forces. You got a couple of other Sonic, like, little ports inside there. This Sonic stuff on the Switch. If they wanted to put Dr. Robotnik in there, that would be good. Nintendo would be like, yep, do it. We got other stuff to support, digital touch points to point to be like, yep, here's where Dr. Robotnik is from. You can play this game after downloading it from the eShop. That would work. Not only that, but Dr. Robotnik, he's got a lot of personality, just like Sephiroth. He's a very memorable villain. Behind Bowser, he is like the second, he's like the second big villain. You know what I mean? You had Mario, and then you kind of had Sonic running right alongside him, and then you had Robotnik. He's not from a proper Mario game, and he's also a spin-off character. Oh, Waluigi. You got Wario, though. Also, like, fun fact, Wario and Waluigi are not related. Also, supposedly, like, Waluigi, he's just like an imposter. He like makes his own. He like made his own plumber costume like at home, supposedly. I refuse to believe that, like, some people are saying, oh, it's gonna be like, someone from like a new game. It's gonna be someone from Astral Chain is like one of the last ones. Like, I just don't see Atlas, or I don't see that. I just don't see that. I think honestly, like, some people were saying, oh, you gotta have Rex or Pyra inside there. And I'm like, I think honestly, like Toadsworth has a better chance to get in to Smash Brothers than like Rex, unfortunately, from Xenoblade 2. I don't know. I think Waluigi's really funny. If he was a playable character in Smash Brothers, I wouldn't be like, breaking down the door at Sakurai's house to play him. I don't know. I wouldn't get as excited as I am for Sephiroth. Well, I mean, I would get hyped up for Crash, for pretty much anyone who was from like, 90s gaming, Spyro, Crash, Dr. Robotnik, Geno. I would get excited for all those guys. But I mean, I don't know. It's like, who's really left from like new game series? Linkle from like, the original Hyrule Warriors. I don't think you'd put her in there. Right? You wouldn't put like Barboza or any of the, like, ancient spirit, deities from Legend of Zelda. You wouldn't put any of those guys in there. I don't know. Sakurai, yeah. Hey, but you never know. You never know. Again, I think it's gonna be Crash Bandicoot, Spyro. I think third one will be kind of like someone that maybe a small minority of people want, that Nintendo wants to advertise more. I think it could be a character like that. And then I think there'll be one, like a wrecking ball kind of character to kind of send out the series on a high note. There's only a couple of characters that could really do that. Master Chief could be one. Could be a big one. Geno, Waluigi. There's really only three. I mean, Dante, it's like, I don't know. If they could get Devil May Cry 5 working on the Switch, I think that would be a possibility to get Dante in, but I don't think he really has much of a shot. Anime characters, yeah, he said that spin-off characters aren't allowed as proper characters. Art from a video game. Yeah. I like, I think Dragon Ball is cool and stuff like that, but yeah, I agree. I don't think Goku should be in Smash Brothers. He's got his own fighting games. Make an anime fighting game. Have Sakurai do that. Get One Punch Man in there too. My favorite anime. Honestly, I don't know. I'm gonna probably go eat dinner. And if I find out that this... Oh, I know, Papa Gino, I'm sorry. Or Papa Gino's. I will probably come back on if, like, I find out that the boss mode is going, like, live, like, this afternoon or this evening or whatever. I'll probably come back on. If not, then, I'll come back on and stream closer to when Sephiroth is released. But as soon as we have the chance to play him, I definitely want to try him out. There's an update! Oh, nope, no update. You have it? First season was great, second season was horrendous. No dice. I don't know. You're downloading the update. Must not come out to the US. Is it a system update? Let me check. Let's go over to here, shall we? Where's my head? Oh, there it is. Halfway done. How is it that you have it? Try system reset. Okay. I'm very confused. I just reset it. No dice. I don't think it's no. The update isn't here in the United States yet. No, it's not live here. Sakurai forgot to push the USA switch. Typical. Now the game isn't straight up just even starting up for me anymore. Something's going on here. You can now update the game. Okay. Oh. Beat Sephiroth to unlock him as a playable fighter early. Okay. Wait a minute, what? I don't really understand what the hell's going on here. Wait a minute, what? You have to open the game and then go to the main menu and check the update. Special smash? What? Fighting this cloud. I don't know exactly what to do. I don't see a stage here. Update via internet. Yeah, he ain't there. And I did that before and it wouldn't let me. What the hell? What kind of weird backwards update? What the? I know. I did things normal for once. For God's sake. Hey! It only took me to turn on the game, turn off the game, try to update it, turn it on again, update, didn't work, turn it off again, turn on the game, get the update notification, turn off the game, update the game. And that only took, I did back and forth like, 6 or 7 times. Almost as many times as we got songs in the game, but, who's counting? I'll play for a little bit. Get on very hard if you're about that life with Cloud. I'll try. I'm going to probably get my ass handed to me. Damn, Sephiroth is huge. Downloading that master sword of his. You can unlock him on very hard mode. Jesus. Real? I probably am not going to be able to do that. I think I'm ready. I think it's all ready. Spider-Bunker 14 banner, thank you for subscribing to this channel. Welcome. Take snapshots. I want to take snapshots. So wait a minute. How do I find this? It's in the vault? Oh no, it's under the gift thing. Whoops. That's not it. Gotta beat him. I don't even know where to begin. Oh, up there. Like the tiniest little message. Tiniest little sliver of a message, dude. Ay. Wait a minute. How do you unlock him? You have to beat him on hard or very hard? You have to do it in order to unlock him early? Well, I don't know. Yeah, why did they make it so hard? You're about that. So wait a minute. You have to do every single one though? Because I'd rather start and work my way up and just instead of just going right into the fire. I think I'm about to get my balls handed to me on a platter. Beat the reward is incredible. I don't know what that means. I guess we'll do very hard. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm doing, but okay.
Choose your fighter.
We're getting like a medley of everything.
Whoa.
I have a feeling I'm gonna get roasted.
3, 2, 1.
My God.
Go.
I'm already screwed, man. Plus the music, I'm like, my palms are getting sweaty. Just Omni slashed him to death. Oh, the 8 slashes. Devastating. Whoa, I didn't even notice my life there. Wait a minute, what's going on? Did we not start with 0? What happened? I still have 1 stock left. What the hell is this crap? Is it down in the other direction? Oh, for the love of God. What the hell? It's 150 HP. It's not even a fair fight. Yeah, okay. Anyone who's doing this right away is either like Zero Wondering or Mewtwo King. Ain't no one fucking doing this right away. The only person who's gonna have Smash or Sephiroth in their Smash Brothers roster by like tonight is gonna be like Mewtwo King. Couldn't even block it. Yeah, no. It ain't happening. Yeah, it ain't happening. I could play this until I'm blue in the face. It ain't happening. We'll play it on the 23rd. I'll give him this one last shot. I'll give it, and then we'll call it quits. I want Sephiroth! Not, for, playing this game for 190 hours straight. Sorry, we already tried Demon Souls, and y'all know how that fucking worked out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like not even talking because I'm trying to concentrate so much. Yeah, no way. Well, that was fun. Kind of. This is really cool. I like how Sephiroth actually has like his own menu. It's kind of a shame that it's only available for a limited time, but I'm sure hackers will figure out how to get, their hands on it to permanently put it in like Yuzu or something like that, or maybe one of those emulators. That's really cool. That Sakurai actually took the time to make Sephiroth his own custom Final Fantasy menu system. Does it matter which character you use, or is it just Cloud? Or the Belmont Simon is my main? I guess that's it. WOL boss. Oh yeah, World of Light boss. Why didn't they do that? Who would it even be? Like Angeal? And Genesis? I don't even know who it would be. This is pretty cool. I wish that medley they have playing in the background, I would hope that is an actual song. You can only play this mode if you have the DLC already. This isn't ordinarily available to you if you have it. Pretty cool. Well, anyways, I'm going to go eat some food because I'm really hungry. Thank you for tuning in. This was really fun. We finally got Sephiroth. What is wrong with my freaking castle background? See that? There we go. Thank you, Ninja Koopa. Gino Richardson, once again, thank you very much for your donation. I appreciate it. Anyone who subscribed. Spider Monkey, thank you for the subscribe. Daniel of Duty. Gabriel Jimenez, thank you very much. We'll be back when he officially launches on the 23rd. We'll do some kind of stream then. 4 days, 5 days, roughly. We'll do something then. It'll be fun. Have a wonderful night. If it's snowing where you are, make sure you bundle up and shovel yourself out. See ya. Buenos dias. Buenas noches, comrades.
If you're feeling all you kind of could be your man of win.
Santiago.
If your knees go and your teeth go, maybe you bumped into
Santiago.
He flies through the night looking for a bite, but he's back home by daylight.
Santiago. Santiago.
If your heart goes, or your mind goes, man, you had a brush with
Santiago.
So watch out for the beware of the and pray you'll never meet with
Santiago. Slayer Santiago. What are you still doing here? Go watch one of these guys. Any one of these idiots over here, just go watch them. Just don't stand here and stare at a blank screen. Come on!